full throttle. Oh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dietrich, and today we are test driving the final model year 2025 of the 6th generation of Subaru Outback. This is a 2.5, well, actually, technically, they don't call it that anymore. It is a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, but the technical term from Subaru, this is an Outback Premium, so it's not the turbo engine. The turbos are the XTs. 182 horsepower, 176 torque, symmetrical all-wheel drive, Lineartronic continuously variable transmission. It's been a minute since I've driven an Outback. I've driven a ton of these things over the years, and I think the last Subaru that I reviewed was a 2025 Forester. And they definitely made the engine more refined, or at least the whole experience seem more refined. Even though in theory, boxer engines are perfectly balanced because you always have counter rotation going on between the pistons. You definitely do get some ruckus out of this motor. I would actually recommend an XT Outback if the budget allows, not necessarily for the increased performance, even though that is certainly a factor, but the turbo engine's actually more refined. With the turbocharger absorbing some of the energy from the exhaust stream, it makes the car quieter and more luxurious to me. And I had a 2021 Subaru Legacy XT Touring for about a year and a half. So, oh no, closer to 2 years actually. I drove that car across the country and back. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. But overall, for a sort of half SUV, half wagon, 8.7 inches of ground clearance, long wheelbase-ish thing that the Outback is, the driving dynamics are still very, very good. The ride is smooth. The handling is predictable. I love the suspension on Subarus. They do give a lot of confidence as far as, you know, going over a bad road or doing a little bit of light off-roading, a dirt trail to go camping or something along those lines. I like the way these cars feel. And, I was a Subaru salesperson for a long time. I no longer am anymore. I've had 6 Subarus in my life. I no longer have any. And, don't have any plans to have another one in the immediate future. So I don't really have a dog in the fight at this point, but these cars are still unique. They're not as unique as they once were, but it is a little bit of a different feel in a Subaru. And they are, they're more capable than most of their competitors. Between the all-wheel drive, the way the suspensions are set up, you know, when it comes to either bad weather, snow, rain, or like I said, a little bit of mild off-roading and stuff. If you're in the market for a compact-ish, mid-sized-ish, SUV-ish vehicle to do that kind of stuff, this is one of the best choices you can make as far as the value and the capability. And the engine's fine. I got in this car yesterday, and like I said, I've driven a million of these things, and I was like a little bit, when I first accelerated, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But it's fine. It does what it needs to do. This is a little bit of a full circle moment for me, because when I first started getting serious about making videos about cars on YouTube, I was working as a Subaru salesperson, and some of the first videos that I ever made that actually got significant traction and sort of informed my future style were videos that I made about the 6th generation Outback, because it came out right when I was really starting to work on this project a lot, and it was one of the things that helped me achieve my goal of, at the time, hitting 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in a year and getting monetized. So thank you very much if you subscribe to my channel and or watch my videos for helping me reach my goal. Yeah, there is something about a Subaru. I'm kind of angry with Subaru still. I haven't gotten over the fact that they made such a mockery of the current design of WRX. One of my favorite cars I ever had was a 2017 WRX STI, and that was like a dream car for me. And one of the very few regrets in my life is that I got rid of that car. All my serious regrets in life are cars that I should have kept. Anyways, and that's definitely one of them. But I was excited for the next WRX STI. I thought, okay, I'll get another one. And then they're like, we're not going to make an STI, and here's the new WRX. It's ugly and stupid. And I actually still haven't driven one, and that was when I kind of wrote Subaru off as far as being a significant part of my life. I don't really have any desire to sell them anymore. But never say never. That could happen. And I don't have any desire to own one unless it's either an older STI, although buying one of those used is extremely frightening, or importing one from Japan, because I have this wonky idea in my head that I want to get a right-hand drive car from Japan. And I almost don't care much what it is. I don't know. I want to import a car from Japan. So that'll probably happen one of these days. I'm currently behind the world's slowest gray Lexus, but that's fine because this car's not really a speed demon. My Legacy XT was actually kind of fast for what it was. Oh, thank God we're slowing down. We were going a little too fast there. On paper, you don't suffer much of a penalty for fuel economy if you get the turbo engine, at least if you look at the EPA ratings. But in real life, it really depends on how you drive. If you have a heavier foot, you're gonna get noticeably worse fuel economy with the turbo. If you don't have a heavy foot and you're not putting the turbo and boost a lot, then it's probably going to be pretty comparable to the regular four-cylinder. But like I said, it is quieter and more refined. There goes a 993 Porsche 911 and a second-gen Scion TC. There's a pair to draw to, as my old man would say. A little bit of wind noise. I'm trying to get it up to 60. So on a pretty decent road at 60 miles an hour, a little bit more wind noise than tire noise. Obviously under acceleration you get a fair bit of engine noise. But there's a smoothness to this car that's uncommon. It was my lane departure warning telling me that I was diverging from my lane, and you may have noticed the lights up there. The orange lights come on when you're drifting out of your lane. Let's see, I'll turn my adaptive cruise control on for a second. Let's go ahead and set the speed. So now you may, I don't know if this will show up on the camera, I'm just doing this for fun. So now you may see a green light, one green light in the kind of right above the steering wheel. That's telling me that the adaptive cruise is locked on to the car in front of me. So that's what the green light means. And then if you're getting too close to the car in front of you and the forward collision alert comes on, then it'll blink red up there. So that's what those colored lights mean. That's for the eyesight driver alertness system. Orange is lane departure, green is adaptive cruise, and the red is the emergency stop. And we'll just cancel the adaptive cruise. I'll put a video that shows how to use the adaptive cruise control with the eyesight. I'll put a link to that in the description. I made that a while back, actually using the one that's still on my feed or whatever. My YouTube is still one that I made using my 2021 Legacy. Subaru was a pioneer in the standard active safety feature game. It wasn't standard when it first came out, but 2013 model year in the United States, they were offering eyesight. And at the time, Subaru was the only mainstream brand to offer like the forward collision alert, the emergency braking, the adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and it was lane keep assist at the time. No other, like Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, none of them had that in any of their cars. You could get it in like the German higher end cars, but if you were to get all of those features, because they were all like separate features at the time, it would probably, you know, that was like in 2013, that would have added $4,000 to an A6 or something like that, maybe more than that. But yeah, this car's got enough power to pass. It's got all the active safety features. It's got heated seats. It's comfortable. It's predictable. It's good in any weather condition or any kind of road. You can do a lot worse than a new Outback, and despite my long history of simping for Subaru and my more recent history of having a fatwa against them, I mean, I can't deny that this is a good car with some flaws. And, you know, you gotta have flaws. Everything has flaws. But this has less flaws than most, so if this is the type of vehicle that might work for you, go check it out. My name is Dietrich. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will put a link to my full review of this car in the description and in the comments. And with all that being said, you have yourself a fantastic day, and always drive safely. Bye-bye.